Hey colleagues, it is Jen and I want to come in and talk to you about some things that social workers should avoid doing. It's a little catch here because some of these things, can you do them? Sure, but it's better off you don't do them so you can stay on the right side of professionalism and not overstep any boundaries. So first things first, for you guys who do not know, there is an Etsy shop for us, right? This is called the Mindful Social Worker Etsy shop. They have stickers and printables just for social workers. Make sure you're checking it out. So let's go into the first thing that social workers should avoid. The first thing you should avoid with your clients is self-disclosure. I know sometimes we feel led to speak to some clients about the things that we've been through, all in the efforts to relate to them. But the truth of it is that when you are a social worker and you are assisting clients, you want to refrain from self-disclosure because this is about the client, it's not about you. Now, the reason why I earlier said that you can do some of these things, sometimes self-disclosing helps you become one step closer to your client so they can feel more comfortable with sharing. Make sure if you do choose to self-disclose, it's not something that's harmful or hurtful or something that can be used against you in a negative way later. Okay, so be careful with self-disclosure. Try to avoid it if you can. The second thing you should try to avoid as a social worker is romantic relationships. Now, this is in two ways, right? Romantic relationships in the workplace and romantic relationships with clients. I've seen this go bad two different ways. Yes, I know stories of people who fell in love as social workers and they are now, gone in the wind and married and have children. However, those are an anomaly and those are things that happen every once in a while. They might not happen all the time. So do yourself a favor. Avoid romantic relationships in the office with coworkers as well as with clients. You want to make sure that if you do have any type of relationships with your clients or your coworkers, you definitely want to somehow separate yourself from that person. So if you are dating a client, it's best that you make your upper management aware so that they can no longer have you servicing that case. Or if you are involved with a coworker, then somehow, some way, you guys should try to be in maybe different units, different sections, only so that it doesn't get cross-mingled, your personal relationship with your professional relationship. Okay? Again, is it something you could do? Yes, but it's better off if you try to avoid this. The third thing, and this one is where many of us hear about us doing some things that are an ethical dilemma, right? Some things that we do for clients, it may not seem harsh or it may seem like something minute or small, but it may be an outside duty that your agency, organization, office does not permit. So if you are going to do outside duties, again, it's best if you speak to your upper management about this and do yourself a favor. Just try to avoid doing any outside duties, right? So we know, for example, on a cold winter day, you might see a client and you might be inclined as that hardworking social worker that I know you are to pick them up. But you have to ask yourself, is this considered an outside duty that could possibly get me in some type of trouble? And even if you do choose to do it and you know it was in good faith that you're doing it, I still think it's something that you should share with your supervisor just so that no lines are crossed and no lines are blurred. And as well as you want to be careful of doing outside duties because some clients may take advantage of you. Some clients may become used to the things that you do and they're not knowing that it's not a duty, but since you've been doing it, they're going to continue to ask you in the moment you might say no, you can't, or something you're unable to do. They might make it a big deal because, well, you did it for them before. So why are you choosing not to do it for them now? So try to avoid doing outside duties or extra things for your clients because it can cause some type of blurred lines. The next thing that a social worker should avoid doing, and I know this one is a little more about paperwork and dealing with your clients one-on-one, but before you go off to see any clients, do yourself a favor and do a record read. I know the last thing we want to do is go over files and files and records of records with clients, but doing a quick record read can be the matter of your safety. It could be a matter of knowing what you're walking into and being aware what kind of client you are going to be servicing and assisting, right? So it's good to know if there's some type of mental health, if there's some type of criminal history, if there's some type of gang affiliation, or if there is a negative connotation with social workers that you're going to be approaching these or this client. So you have to make sure that, do yourself a favor, avoid not reading your records, and you need to read them. Okay, don't avoid it. Need you to read your records because this could be a matter of your safety. And the last but not least, you guys just overall remain professional, right? The perfect example is I chose this specific GIF because one person is a doctor and one person is not. Now, when you're arguing with clients and you're going back and forth, people from afar cannot see who's the professional, right? So if you're yelling at your clients, you're becoming irate with your clients, you're becoming aggressive with your clients, somebody standing from far away cannot tell who's the professional and who's the client. So always try to remain, and I know we're human, okay? I know we're human. I know some of our clients may overstep some boundaries at times, but that's the point of us getting professional development. That's the point of us working on our own triggers and traumas so that when we're interacting with our clients, they can act however they want to act. But that is not for you as the professional, as the social worker, as one of my favorite colleagues. You should not be being unprofessional with your clients. Try your best to remain in a good professional rapport with your clients, because overall, when it's all said and done, you want to be on the right side of right, and usually that's best staying professional. So you guys, I hope this was helpful. Let me know, what kind of things do you avoid, or did anything I mentioned, is it something that you've ever dealt with before? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, colleagues.